So I recently picked up this little Ricoh RW-1, it's a little point and shoot 35mm film camera, and I wanted to bring it out here and just kind of put it through a little test run. I've already put one roll through it, just a couple black and white images from around the house and around, doing some walks and things like that. And it's pretty decent for just a little tiny $100 camera. The lens on it, it's a 34mm lens, fairly sharp. Pretty happy with the results of it. It's got a flash on it and everything. Has this nifty little pano mode that's practically useless. All it does is just put a little plastic bar on top of your 35mm frame and just kind of fakes a panoramic image. But kind of a cool little camera. I like that it's pocketable, and I like that it has a flash on it. So I just wanted to bring it out, run a little test roll through it. I've already shot some stuff off of the roll that's in here. Right now I have Cinestill 400D. So I've got a few shots that have already gone off on that roll, and then gosh, it won't leave me alone. And then I have a roll of Porsche 400 in the car that we'll throw in. So we might be losing our light, unfortunately. It was raining earlier today, and I came up here right in the window in between what is turning out to be in between storms. So I might have another storm rolling in here soon, so we might lose all of our light. So we'll see how all the photos turn out, but I'm kind of wishing maybe I brought black and white instead of color at this point, but we'll see. Gonna run some shots through this, see what they look like. Yeah, I'm thinking it too. Purple. I don't know what it is about the Cinestill 400D, but these shots came out really purple. And this is after doing a lot of color correction in post as well. I kind of like it. I don't know why, I think it's kind of cool, but I was not expecting the Cinestill 400D to come out so gosh dang purple. Ooh, I need a pocket. I don't have one on me. Well, I do, but I don't have a one that doesn't have anything in it. Just gonna stick this in the car. So I decided to bring this little guy out as well. Little Polaroid 600 one-step camera. Kind of fun. I don't know. It's kind of an older one. I think it's from like 1986 or something like that. It doesn't come with a flash, which means that I can only use it in daytime conditions like this, which is kind of, I don't know, lame, I guess, but I mean, it is what it is. So there are little bulbs that you can attach in here, but I don't have any of those. They're kind of hard to track down. But yeah, just took an exposure with that. We'll see what that looks like. Kind of fun to get this thing out and actually play with it. So I'll show you what that little Polaroid looks like in just a second once that's done developing. Exposure's not perfect, but it's kind of cool. I don't know why the habit is to shake a Polaroid, because I don't think it really does anything. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think shaking the Polaroid really makes it like go faster or anything like that. I think it's just like a weird thing that we do. I don't know. Maybe it works. I don't know. So we got thunder and some raindrops, which means unfortunately it's probably time to start heading back down the mountain already. But I got another spot I'm gonna go to. I just don't know if I want to be up here on these dirt roads while it's raining. So I don't know. These roads are just really kind of messy, and it was kind of a pain to get up here. So they're just kind of torn to shreds from like dirt bikes and things like that. So I don't know if I want to hang out up here for too long. I'm gonna run over here real quick though and just see what kind of shots I can get, and then we'll head down the mountain. So these next two shots ended up being some of my favorites from this roll of Cinestill. I just liked the compositions of the road. I thought it was cool. And I was also able to get a lot of the purple out, which I thought was nice. And I really just liked the green tones and kind of the more neutral tones that was brought out through the film stock. So one little gripe that I have about this is it's really easy for my fingers to get in the way of the lens, because I'm used to, like, you know, really gripping like a full frame camera. And so a lot of times I've noticed in a previous shot that I did, I'll throw some examples up on the screen, but I've noticed that the edge of my finger kind of gets in the way of the lens a little bit. So there's no lens sticking out of the end to kind of know where to stop. So sometimes my finger just lingers a little bit too long in front of where that lens sits. And so I have some like smudges on the corners of some of my other photos. Oh, we got more thunder. All right, I think that's time to start heading down to another spot. So like I said, I don't want to be up here when it's raining. So we're gonna start moving. So before making my way back down the mountain, I finished off that roll of Cinestill 400D. And let me tell you, that purple came back with a vengeance. So these were just some pretty basic landscape shots of Mount Timpanogos. I really like them. I love how they turned out. But that purple came back really, really hard. I think some magic happened with this one though. I don't know what it is, but it's my favorite from the entire evening. I think it's probably just the colors. Honestly, there's a little bit of purple that came back, but I think it works really well. And then mixed with that super vibrant red on the stop sign. And then there's the little red halation from the Cinestill film stock. And then the greens, everything about it just works really well. And I think it's my favorite from the entire night. I'm kind of tempted to just stay here. There's a little bit of a break in the clouds that I can see on the edge of that storm. So I'm wondering if we might get some good light in this area if we just stay right here. But I'm not sure. I might drive around a little bit, just kind of see. We still got several hours until sunset, so we're just gonna kind of see what happens, see where we end up tonight. So, but this is still a good potential spot. So we'll see. Okay, so I pulled over here real quick just because the light was looking kind of cool. So I'm just gonna swap out this roll that I have. So I had 400D in the camera right now. I already rewound it and everything. Just gotta pop it out. Okay, and we're gonna swap that 400D out with the good old Porsche 400. So I'm just gonna pop that in there real quick. One thing that I love about this little point and shoot is it's so easy to load. You literally just slide the film in there, just slide it into place. Just make sure it triggers that little there's a little trigger button on there that tells it to advance. And then just making sure it's actually sitting on the spools, and then just load it up, and we're good to go. So I'm gonna stick this guy in a little case here, just to keep it safe. So, and then I'm gonna go take some photos real quick. So these shots are fine. They're not as great as I was expecting them to be. They're definitely moody, but the light was not as good as I was acting like it was. I like this one though. I just like how gritty and moody it feels. So while on my way to my next location, I ended up running into a few friends on the trail taking photos of one of my buddy's new cars.
You want them off, just say.
My friend Jonny recently picked up this Porsche 944 Safari and got it all built up to be a little off-roading machine. And it's super cool, so a bunch of us were sitting around taking photos of it. I did take some film photos, but first I wanted to show you the digital photos that I captured.
You guys mind by the way?
As I mentioned, I did take some 35mm film photos, and I was a little bummed that I didn't end up bringing another camera, because the only thing I had was that little Ricoh RW-1, but these are the photos that I was able to capture with them. Now you'll notice that some of these are repeats of the digital ones, but I just like the composition so much that I wanted to get them both on digital and film. Now right before finishing, we decided to have Jonny back up the Porsche and do a few drifts around the corner, which gave me one of my favorite photos from the shoot. Okay, well that was super cool. Didn't expect to run into those guys up there, but super cool to get to shoot some photos of Jonny's Porsche. So he's had that thing for a little bit. Whoa, I'm gone. You can't see me. It's totally black. Anyway, he's had that thing for a couple, I don't know, maybe a month or so now, and it's a pretty cool little built-off off-roading Porsche. I can't. There's a term. There's like an actual name for the type of car that it is now, a little drag car or something, and I can't remember what it is, but it's super cool. It sounds like a beast. Obviously, runs like a beast. So, but it was cool to get to shoot with a couple guys for. It's kind of the first time I've got to shoot with people in a while, so that was kind of fun. I only knew two of them. I knew Jonny, obviously, and then I had met Jacob before. It was one other guy that was there, but that was it. So, anyways, on to our sunset spot. Light is looking pretty dang good. Better than it was a minute ago. I thought it was looking good a little bit ago, but it really wasn't. And I was all pumped on it, and I don't know why I was, because it was pretty dang flat. So, but I think we're in for something good now. One thing to note about this Ricoh RW-1 is that the lens has a tendency to leave a pretty heavy vignette at times, particularly on these photos that I shot on Porsche 400. This tends to come through pretty heavily in the sky, particularly where those really dark blues are, and you may have seen this in some of the previous photos. You can correct this in post, I just chose not to with these photos. That's it. It's the last shot. Honestly, not a great finishing shot, but whatever. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up here just because we are running out of light. But I finished off that roll of Porsche 400 in here, so I think we got a lot of cool stuff in there, especially after meeting up with Jonny and those guys and getting some of the shots of his Porsche. So let me know what you think about those. I think they probably are going to turn out pretty cool. Obviously, I haven't seen them yet because it's film, and I am not going to be able to see it until these are developed. So, but hopefully in a couple days, I'll get some eyes on it. All in all, pretty cool camera. It's not perfect. Obviously, it's just a little point shoot, so it's not going to give you everything that you need. If you want something that's just quick, on the go, and you know, gives you some pretty basic functionality, this is going to be pretty good. Again, that's the Ricoh RW-1. It's got a 34mm lens on it. It's pretty dang sharp. I don't think, I have to look this up again, but I'm pretty sure the shutter speed only goes up to like 1/50, so it's not super fast. So you're looking for really just like still life kind of stuff on this sucker. Pretty basic. So you do get that fancy panoramic button mode though, so can't beat the fake panorama. So I'm gonna head home, but first I wanted to give you a quick update on some of these Polaroids that I shot. Some of them kind of turned out, some of them not so much, but it's just kind of how the game with Polaroid is. Some of them work, some of them don't. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. That's a cool little shot at Timpanogos. Kind of turned out. Another shot with different light, kind of turned out. I think this one right here is the only one that really turned out. Just took a little shot of the car. Kind of neat. And then this last one, I don't think it's really done developing yet because I just kind of just took it. So anyways, kind of cool. Good to get that little camera out and kind of play around with it. So it's fun, you know, it's not for great photos, but it's kind of fun. Anyways, I'm going to take off. I got a little bit of a drive to get back home. So, and I don't want to be up here in the mountains too long while it's dark. So we already got some deer running around, so it's a little sketchy to me. Anyways, but hope you liked the video. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.